Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's topic, a lot of quiet and 007 stuff are going behind the works at Baltimore. Yes. So, as everybody knows, and they've been paying attention because everything that goes to Baltimore right now is hitting on all cylinders because nobody knows what's going on. You had OBJ come out, put out a tweet, right, that pretty much said, you would think we live in Baltimore the way they raving about the latest product. Now, that might have been something taken, you know what I'm saying, from The Wire, you know what I'm saying, a little bar you might have put out there, because, you know what product means when you're dealing with, you know, drug shows and stuff like that, and The Wire was shot in Baltimore, so it could mean that. But then he puts the zip emoji, like, shh, I'll keep this quiet. And after he did that, the Ravens quote tweeted it and put the eye emoji like, Let me let y'all understand something right now. None of this is on accident. Not an inch of it. They know what they're doing. And what they're trying to do is keep us on our toes because they're telling us that something's happening this week. And how much more do I know? Because, of course, you know, with Twitter, you know, I'm actually pretty well known on Twitter now. So people sometimes will reach out to me like, yo, Nitro, check this out. And I'll be like, all right, no problem. Let me check it out. Because I give respect to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just how I do business. So someone sends this to me. And I think Adam Stevens, right? So shout out to you. And it was a clip of the Pat McAfee show of something saying there might be some big news dropping this Thursday, maybe out of Baltimore. I'm going to play the clip real quick, and then we're going to break everything down, okay? So without further ado, let's get it started.
Strong possibility. Strong
possibility.
Like
draft?
Yes, like this week.
Like tomorrow?
Like Thursday. Okay. My sources says.
Put it on the ticker. That's a big deal.
My sources says.
How we source says. So we put the S in parentheses because we don't have sources.
Right.
Listen, and what he means by when he says source, his source says he's friends with one named DeAndre Hopkins. And he's telling you that what DeAndre's coming out of DeAndre's camp is pretty much that there will be a deal done somewhere for his services by Thursday. The reason why, okay, most Raven fans right now are tripped out about this, the reason why we're in our feelings about this, because the same person that is saying this, you know what I'm saying, the same person that has put all this out in the atmosphere was the same guy, Pac-Man Jones, to say, do not rule out the Ravens. He was the one that said that. He put that out there. So now, you know what they're doing? They're playing with our emotions. Playing with it. They're letting it, hey, we're getting something, a little something different, a little different seasoning. And this is why I said the previous video, right? Everything hinges on what they do in the beginning of Thursday. Because everyone's like, oh, well, that's common sense. No. Let me go into depth what I mean when I say that. Because it could be a Lamar Jackson extension, or it can be the signing of a D-Hop, or it could be a signing of a Mike Evans. So either one of those three things are going to send massive shockwaves through the Raven community as a whole, much less the NFL community in a whole. Because one thing I've come to learn is that a lot of teams are scared of one name, a Lamar Jackson, or any offense in which he leads because of the dynamicness in which he brings to the table with the ability to shred you with his arm also. So that high-level dual capability that he alone has in the NFL scares a lot of people. They do not want to see him with weapons. So if he gets Mike Evans, D-Hop, it's gangbusters. It's absolutely, it's like, like that's everybody in the NFL. They're going to be like, oh my God, he's going to kill people. Oh no, What's going on? White stretched out lines. Are there any fingerprints? Secure the crime scene. I'm telling y'all, man. So when I say that it's going to send shockwaves, it's going to be everywhere. And we already know. And the last one I left this for is we already know when the deal for Lamar Jackson gets finished and worked out, it's going to be on every single channel. It will be broken down. It will be by draft experts. It will be extrapolated, and it will be placed under a microscope to identify every single clause, every single out, every single dollar, every single guarantee. So there's that. So either one of those three things would send the Twitter world, the Facebook world, social media in its entirety into a frenzy. And I'll say this too. News like a Lamar Jackson can take over the entire news cycle. I'm dead serious with you. And I'll give you the perfect example, right? Jimmy Butler last night put up an historically great offensive performance against my Bucks. I swear I hate Middleton. I'm dead serious with you. Useless. I've never been a fan of him. Whatever. I'm getting off topic. But it happened, and we're on to the next one. There's no longevity to the greatness in which Jimmy Butler put on display last night. Because it's like, okay, it's the moment. You know what I mean? Stuff like that's the moment, then the morning, and then it's done. It's no longer represented within the news cycle. If Lamar Jackson signs a deal Thursday, let it be a 3-year extension, 5-year extension, 6-year extension, 4-year extension, it's going to take over absolutely all of the news cycle in its entirety all day long. That's on ESPN. That's on Fox. It might show up on CNN on World News. They might be in another country because of subtitles. Lamar Jackson has been signed. Hey, straight up. Because that's just how big he is. You get where I'm coming from? So I'm keeping my antennas up. I haven't heard anything. And I haven't been known to no one's let me know anything. So I'm just like, okay, I'm as surprised and excited as you guys are. So I'm going to keep my antennas up very high. But I will say this. Do not rule out the 49ers. I keep telling y'all this. And I really want to tell y'all this. Do not rule out the 49ers. You remember how I put that out about a week ago and a lot of people were like, Nitro, there's no way. And then you heard one other person, Rich Eisen, copy and run with it. You heard The Herd with Colin Cowherd run with it. Then all of a sudden you started hearing a little bit of whispering into the background where people's like, hey, it's looking like this team might do something. And guess what? I don't have all of the connections that these other people do. A lot of times if I have one or two, that's all, but I use a lot of it with common sense. So I'm telling everybody to keep an eye on the 49ers because they're still a player in this. Make no mistake about it. Everyone's like, oh, they don't have the draft capital. What do you mean? If a team wants to move off of a player, they'll make concessions to move off of this player if they're getting ample enough in return or elongated along down the line. Let's say a 2025 conditional first round pick for 2024, like all these different things that they can do. You get where I'm coming from? You can play all these different games to get it done. So watch out for the 49ers, but I'm intrigued, very intrigued, because here's the thing. And I'll say this because I want Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. If Lamar gets his hands on a Mike Evans or a D-Hop in Baltimore, and he decides to stay, and Baltimore says, "Look, we're rolling with you," you're gonna have to deal with D-Hop, Bateman, and OBJ. I promise you. Oh, and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, and a pissed off J.K. Dobbins, and a rejuvenated Gus Edwards. I'm telling y'all this right now. It would be historically great what they put on for show week in and week out. I don't think the NFL would be ready. I don't even think Raven fans would be ready for what would be on prime exposure for everybody to see week in and week out from this team if he gets those weapons. You want me to tell you why? Because it's whatever you saw in Philly, dial it up a bit. Want me to tell you why? Because for as good as Deontay is, and for as good as AJ Brown is, right? That's two. It's two. That's not a D-Hop, a Bateman, and a OBJ, and a Mark Andrews. And the person throwing to them is not Lamar Jackson. Whatever you saw from Philly last year, just turn up the volume about 6 or 7 notches higher, and that's what you'd be getting out of the Baltimore Ravens. And that within itself would be frightening, scary, and absolutely exciting. It'd be historical. And that's what I think people aren't grasping. So I'm looking forward to see what happens this Thursday because, as you know, I'm going to be live streaming. And I don't know, one of the characters, you know what I'm saying, one of the guest hosts might make an appearance for this draft. Keep an eye out. But I'm definitely going to be live streaming during the draft because if any of that news come out, I want to make sure that you're getting it from the Wunderkind Show first. Because, man, if any of that does... Talk about content. We're gonna have content for days off of one story because it's going to be so much. It's going to become annoying because it's going to be everywhere you turn. There's probably going to be billboards up about it. So get ready, and I'm looking forward to it as it comes down to Thursday. And that's another episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and you know I appreciate it. Please do not forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps the algorithm. It helps this channel grow. I need you guys. Help me help you, please. But no, for real. And leave a comment. I love the comments and stuff like that. As you see, I do respond. Just be cordial and respectful to people, and that's all I ask when you're going down there and you know, letting your ideas be known. And also at the bottom of the screen, as you notice, the QR code, that is for the Cash App for this platform. It's for all donations. If you want to be charitable and help this platform grow monetarily, you know what I mean? And add different things into it. That's how you do it. You can find it right there in the QR code, or you can find it in the description of every video that we do. $, The Wunderkind Show. Also in the description, you'll be able to find the Patreon for the Wunderkind Show. That's right, Team Wunderkind. So go out there, become a patron. If you do, you get access to the Team Wunderkind Discord. Questions from subscribers, which that video will come out Wednesday for anybody, you know, that puts out questions on there. We'll be discussing it Wednesday. And also you'll be able to win free merch as a patron. So go out there, get that support. I love the support. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Also for everyone that's already subscribed and is a patron. Thank you so much. So once again, this is the Wunderkind Show. The show's Nitro signing off, and as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yeah!